Very good morning, children. I hope you all are fine. In the name of our Lord, I wish you all of you to have good health and strength. And I'm very happy to start our classes through online. I hope you would understand this and you would enjoy our social class. So that's it. This is your first social class, and I welcome you for the 10th standard. So through this class, you'll get some notes as well as some assignments. And then and there, if you finish all these things, you will be little free and you will be little aware of the things that you are going to learn in this 10th standard duration period. So it will be helpful when the school gets reopened. Okay, so the first unit which we are going to see is outbreak of World War I and its aftermath. World War First, yes. So what is the reason for the First World War, and what are the results of it? Okay, let me go to the introduction part. 1914 is a turning point of the world history. The political and social process that began in 1789 came to an end in the First World War that broke out in the year and finally shaped the course of 20th century. So 1914 is considered to be the turning point of world history. The reason is during that time only the First World War occurred. Okay, so political and social process which has started in 1789, which has started in the 17th century, has come to an end due to this First World War. Okay, so it finally changed the course of 20th century. So it has happened in the 19th century and it changed the shape of 20th century. Okay, the things, everything has got collapsed, changed, okay, reformed, we'll say many words. Okay, so what are the causes for that and what are the things it changed? Let us see in this chapter. So that is why it is called long 19th century. As like other centuries, it also has 100 years only, but due to the things occurred during that century, it is named as long 19th century. It affected the economic sources of the entire world and many people were affected, even rich people or poor people, whoever it is, many people, most of the world is affected by that. The economic sources as entirely badly it was affected. The political map also seems to be changed. So no one can change the political map, but due to this World War, it is literally said it is changed. Three major empire was shattered, which means broken into pieces, that is Germany, Austria-Hungary and Ottomans. So these three empires, they were the world powers, they were very powerful empires, kingdoms, they were also shattered into many pieces due to this World War. The main outcome of the World War was Russian Revolution. So it is one of the main outcome result of this. Countries started talking about world peace to the League of Nations. So now they all came to one conclusion that they need peace, world peace, because without due to lack of peace only some war is occurring, some battles are occurring. So they came to one conclusion that we all must be in a peaceful situation. So they started forming a union called League of Nations. Then they started talking about the world peace. Now scramble for colonies. So the competition for colonies. Okay, they started fighting for colonies to be colonized. Okay, capitalistic countries race for market. So many countries started competing for being colonized. Okay, they started to put colonies of. The aim of the capitalist industry was to produce more and more. So they need more production in everything. Okay, so this made them to build more factories, railways, steamships. They were not satisfied with what they have, so they want more and more. So as a result of this, they started to build more factories, railways, steamships, etc., etc. So the development in communication and transportation in second half of the 19th century helped the process of European expansion in Africa and other places. So already European had many expansion in many countries, but two things helped them to do that more effectively. The thing is communication and transportation. So in those period, communication become well developed. Also transportation, railways, shipping, air mode, so everything got increased. So this also helped them to lay their expansion in Africa and also in other places. Capitalism produced huge contrast. The result were extreme poverty, extreme wealth, skyscraper, empire state, and dependent exploited colony. So the result of these is something good and something very bad. Some people enjoyed extreme wealth, but at the same time extreme poverty also were there. Skyscraper means tall buildings. Okay, they started building very tall buildings. Empire state also. So now monopoly capitalism. So monopoly means more than one. Capitalism, they started captainship. After 1870, the alliance of industry and finance seeking profits in markets for goods and capital, which was an essential characteristic of imperialism, became evident in the later half of the 19th century. So what happened from after 1870, they started to seek the profits in markets for goods and capital, for goods. Okay. So it was an essential characteristic of imperialism. Imperialism in the sense controlling one country, dominating, ruling one country, right? So goods and capital become one of the essential characteristic of imperialism. The old idea of trade was collapsed. They were trust in USA and cattle in Germany. These powerful combines and corporation dominated governments. So they started trust. Okay, in USA and all, they started some very big organizations. So these things were dominated other governments and all. So they had the very much powerful things. So now we are going to see what are the causes and results of First World War. The first thing is causes. European alliances and counter alliances. European alliances means some friendly relationship. Okay, alliances, joining togetherness. In 1900, 5 of the European great powers were divided into 2 armed camps. So in that year 1900, 5 European great powers is divided into 2 armed camps, 2 army camps. Okay, one camp consisted of central powers, Germany, Austria-Hungary and Italy. Children, you remember this. One army camp consists of Germany, Austria-Hungary and Italy. Okay, under the guidance of Bismarck, they had formed a triple alliance in 1882. So in 1882, they formed triple alliance, 3 alliance. Okay, under the guidance of Bismarck. The understanding was that Germany and Austria would help each other. Okay, so what they had a mutual understanding is, if some problem occurs, Germany and Austria must help each other. That is a mutual understanding. If any problem comes for Austria, Germany should help them. If Germany has any problem, means Austria should help them. So they had a mutual understanding. The other camp consisted of France and Russia. So now the next camp has France and Russia. Their alliance was formed in 1894 with the promise of mutual help if Germany attacked either of them. So they had a understanding that if Germany attacked either one of them, either France or Russia, they must help each other. An isolated Britain wanted to break her isolation and approach Germany twice, but in vain. So now Britain was left isolated, was left alone. So if Britain started seeking help from Germany, but 2 times it started getting the help, but it was in vain. It doesn't have any good result. Okay, as Japan was increasingly hostile towards Russia, as France was an ally of Russia, it preferred to ally with Britain. Children, listen this properly. As Japan was increasingly hostile towards Russia, so now Japan is keep on showing enmity. Hostile means enmity towards Russia. France was the ally of Russia. So Russia is supported by France. So now Japan is preferred to ally with Britain. So France is showing its support to Russia. So what this Japan did, Japan started seeking help or support with Britain. So now Britain and Japan joined together. That is why it's called Anglo-Japanese Alliance, prompted France to seek an alliance with Britain to resolve colonial problems over Morocco and Egypt. So these both Anglo-Japanese alliance, they prompted encouraged France to seek an alliance with Britain, so that they all their problems, colonial problems with Morocco and Egypt will be solved. This resulted in the Entente Cordiale, which means friendly relationship, understanding. Britain subsequently reached an agreement with Russia over Persia, Afghanistan and Tibet. So now what happened? Britain at the same time it made an agreement with Russia over Persia, Afghanistan and Tibet. Thus was formed the triple entente of Britain, France and Russia. Children, you will feel little collapse, confusing when you hear through this online class, but just you go through all these things, when you come for school you will feel little better, little more understanding. Okay, so European alliances and counter alliances is the first reason for the First World War, and the second reason for that is violent forms of nationalism. With the growth of nationalism, the attitude of my country, right or wrong, I supported, developed. So what people started to think is, it's my country, nationalism, it's mine. So whether my country is doing right or wrong, I don't bother about that. I support my country, I love my country, and I die for my country. So this is the attitude everyone had. So this also made them to create an enmity towards other countries. The love for one's country demanded hatred for another country. So if they start loving their own country, they started hating other countries. If I love only my country means it seems to be very bad. If I see another country people means I hate them. Usually I used to hate them. Okay, it comes automatically. So this thing were developed in that period. The love for one's own country demanded hatred for another country. England's jingoism, which means extreme patriotism, okay, towards their own country. France chauvinism, which means they are considering other countries are very inferior to us, we are the superior one. And Germany's culture, which is also same like that, okay, superior power, we are the superior power. So they had that mentality, we are the best, others are they should not come near us, they are all inferior to us. So they all had that attitude, and this is one of the main cause for the World War. So they started hating other countries. Okay, so that is why it said these are the main reason for the outbreak of World War. So the third reason is aggressive attitude of German emperor. So this German emperor king had a very aggressive attitude, which means very violent behavior. He seems that everything must come under his control. He doesn't care about anyone, such a arrogant character. Okay, we'll see about him. Emperor Kaiser Wilhelm of Germany was ruthlessly assertive and aggressive, which means he is very violent and doesn't care about anyone. Okay, he is a dominating character. So his name is Kaiser Wilhelm II. Kaiser, Kaiser Wilhelm II of Germany. Okay, so Germany means we'll come to know about Adolf Hitler, but he is also one of the emperor who is very aggressive and violent. The Kaiser proclaimed that Germany would be the leader of the world. So he thought that Germany must be the leader for all over the world. Okay, it must be the leader. So Germany expanded its navy all over the world. The sea being considered as a preserve of England ever since Napoleon's defeat of Trafalgar. Germany's aggressive diplomacy and rapid building of naval bases convinced Britain that a German navy could be directed only against her. So after the death of Napoleon, the sea is considered to be the preserve, the only special treasure for the England people. Though England people thought that sea is for them after the Napoleon's defeat. Okay, but now what happened? This emperor, he started expanding his navy, and he was expanding his rulership all over the world. So now Germany started its enmity against Britain. So Britain thought that Germany is keep on watching us, so we are the main aim for Germany. So this made them to raise a clash between these two, which means German and England. Okay, so now Germany started ruling all over the world. It started to think that that is the leadership for everyone, that is the leader for every country. So this is one of the main reason for the world war. So these are the 3 reasons for the causes of world war, and we have 4 more reasons that we will look into the next classes, following classes. So children, I have given you a few questions with answers. Also a detailed question. The detailed question is, what are the causes, cause and results of world war? So we have seen 3 points, 3 causes now. So just try to learn it. I'll send you the screenshot. Just zoom it and see, you get to know about the answers. Try to learn it as far as you can, as much as possible. Okay, I hope you would have understand something about this class.